Welcome, friends. I have this wonderful Italian meringue that I made, and I will link to that recipe somewhere around me. And I'm going to make a recipe for a no-churn ice cream. And the key to no-churn ice creams, and we've done a few of them on our channel in the past, is that you basically whip everything together ahead of time and then freeze it, rather than mixing everything together and then whipping it while you freeze it. The component that you're looking for in every one of these recipes is air. So I've got whipping cream here that I'm going to whip into whipped cream. And then I've got this Italian meringue, which also has lots of air in it, which will keep the ice cream from freezing solid. The other components to keep it from freezing solid will be sugar. And there's lots of sugar in this Italian meringue, so that will keep the ice crystal small. The fat in the heavy whipping cream, that will keep the ice crystal small. And then we're also going to add a little bit of flavoring with alcohol in it, and that will also keep the ice crystal small. So, first step, let's whip up this cream. Okay, so this is the point where we add in the flavoring. The obvious choice is, of course, vanilla. Everyone loves vanilla. But you could take the vanilla, and instead of using that, you could use a chocolate liqueur. Chocolate liqueur is very nice in this, especially if you put little chocolate chunks or chocolate chips in it. Fantastic. This is our homemade coffee liqueur, or Kahlua. It has a really wide range of flavors in here. It's not just a one-note coffee hit. It's beautiful. Smells really nice. Take a look at our recipe video for that. There's a lot of flavors going on in this, and it would work really well in here with chocolate again. Or if you live in Canada, a coffee crisp chocolate bar broken up and put in with this coffee liqueur as the flavoring. In fact, we have another ice cream recipe on the channel, and I'll link to that somewhere, which is pretty much exactly that. And you could also put in, this is our homemade limoncello, and limoncello would work fantastic in this because it would bring a really nice bright, cleansing flavor to your palate as you eat it. So the choice is up to you what you want to do. Now, I can hear people out there already saying, I can't put alcohol in the ice cream. And I'm going to tell you this. If you're putting vanilla in, pure vanilla extract or artificial vanilla extract, there's just as much alcohol in this as there is in this, or this, or this, or a bottle of whiskey or bourbon. 40% alcohol by volume in this. So if you're swapping it out directly with the same amount, there's no problem. It's going to be exactly the same amount of alcohol. And if you're really worried about alcohol, then you should not be putting in the vanilla. Vanilla is not a flavoring you can use anymore. And so I'm going to keep it simple and just use vanilla because vanilla is a classic flavor. So we put this in and we beat that into the whipped cream. Now, here is the most technical part of the entire recipe, and that is folding this, the whipped cream, into the Italian meringue. And so you start out with just a little bit, and you can be a little bit aggressive with the first one because you want to get it in there and sort of loosen it up. And you want to make sure that you pull everything off the bottom of the bowl. Now, in goes the rest of the whipped cream. And just keep folding. Key is that you want the two combined without losing much air. And you're going to lose a little bit of air, you're going to lose a little bit of volume. There's nothing you can do about it. It's going to be fine. So I think that's pretty good. Now, put this into a container that you can seal and put in the freezer. Just give that one last stir to make sure that it's all combined. Lid on, and see you in 3 or 4 hours.
All right, so you've made a frozen treat of some sort today.
Frozen treat. It's not quite ice cream.
But you tell me it's not quite ice cream. Okay, so don't tell me what... It looks very creamy, but it looks very light in comparison. It looks like... If I said it looked like frozen whipped cream, would that be okay? Which I guess is ice cream, but...
It's like a frozen mousse.
Mousse. That's a better word of
It's
frozen
a-
mousse.
it's a
Thank you.
frozen mousse.
Very, very bubbly.
So I'm gonna put this back in the freezer.
Before it, yeah, fair enough. It has that kind of moussey texture.
Yeah.
It's like a cool mousse.
It's like eating a frozen cloud. Regular viewers might not be surprised, but it's a little bit too sweet for me. I would probably cut back on the sugar a little bit if I was to be making it for myself, but I know that most people this is what they would expect from. So
I think this would be really great with some black cherries in it. I feel like that would just be like a little heavenly treat.
the flavors are endless that you could put with this.
Yes.
Now, I found this recipe and I've researched it and researched it and researched it, and I cannot find sort of an origin to it. The only sort of origin that I can find to it is a version of this is in a Julia Child's cookbook.
Well, you know
From
that
the-
Julia.
You know, and so she may have originated this, because this is absolutely amazing. And if you don't have an ice cream maker, this is a great way to get a frozen dessert.
Very, very light. Very light.
So,
Now that I've eaten my whole bowl.
yeah, this is a winner. I say that quite often, but I really do like this. And try it with any of those other flavor combinations that I mentioned. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon. So how about that snow today? Great day for ice cream.
Hey, why not?